Welcome, guys, to the QA Tech Group podcast. And with me, I have a very wonderful guest, my former HR while I was a Summit Tech Computing Limited. Her name is Jane, and today she's a quality assurance engineer. So when you hear me talk about a story of an HR turned QA, here she is. All right, so welcome to my show and to my podcast. So first, I just need you to introduce yourself and let people know you, who you were before QA and where you are now.
Okay, my name is Jane Abasa, like Toby has mentioned. First, I have a degree first in human resource management where I practiced for like 7 years. I have my HRPL, practitioner license in Nigeria. In fact, I went ahead to get my CIPD, right, basic knowledge and information, just to get enrolled and to get like a license in that is personnel development UK.
Awesome.
That last year. So I did all that practice for 7 years, but I think in the midst of that, let me start from what really instigated my love for tech. So I know back then in the office, when I was in the office, I noticed I was getting bored, especially with the people who were dressing to the office. You know, with HR guys, where you have to wear your corporate outfits Mondays to Fridays, they're telling guys that, oh, you don't have to wear this, you don't wear flip-flops to the office, you have to ensure that you're talking, you're properly dressed and all. I was getting bored. So I met my HR manager and I was like, Mr. Kasim, what can we do about our dress code to the office? I mean, sometimes we can just switch it up a bit. And he said, okay, Jane, that's fine. You can implement it. What do you want? So I switched it. So Wednesdays, you're allowed to like wear native. Thursdays, you're allowed to wear jeans to the office. Then Fridays, we could freestyle. So we started off that bit by bit. And one day, he called me up to his office and he was really serious. And he was like, okay, Jane, because then he called me my native name, which is Parobo, so I'll just go Robo. Right? He was like, Robo, I see that you enjoy your job, you love what you do, you have passion for it. In fact, you're doing everything exceptional. But I want to tell you that down the line in life, there are times where you get bored of what you're doing. So what do you think you want to do? Right? What can you diversify? So he talked about businesses, and he started a couple of things that he does by the side, even being an HR practitioner. So I thought about it and I'm like, okay. So he said first what I could start with was job shadowing. So I could go around all the department. Then it was an oil processing, like let's say an oil firm, right? Because we have to drill and then we like sales, we do all that. So like I can go through all the departments, look at everybody, just job shadow everybody, tell you about what they do. And any department I pick an interest, I can proceed and let him know, go to the next step. I said, okay, that's fine. So I went to all the departments. I went to like drilling. I was talking about OMF 54, this pipe, that diagram drawing. I was like, nah, this one is too difficult. I won't do that. But then I went to the IT department. God, I mean, these IT guys, they're having the fun of their lives. You know, see the way they come to the office, they wear what they like. The department is secluded from the main office building. You're coming into the department, it feels like you're going to see the president. Yeah, you're calling and they're asking you, what do you want? They'll send us an email, we're fine, we're busy. So I got in there and then I looked at everything. I came back, I said, Mr. Kasim, I'm going with the IT department. So Jane, are you sure? I said, yes. Yes, so I decided to go with the IT department and I met my HR manager. I said, all right, that's fine, let's go with it. What do you want? Who are you going to speak to? So he chose one person from the department for me. I think that was Mr. Felix, I remember. And I approached Mr. Felix. He already told him beforehand that, oh, this person is coming to my department. I wanted to just walk her through what are the details and what it entails in joining. Like, what do you do? What's the daily job? You should job shadow you. So I started off with job shadowing. And I'm like, oh my God, sometimes I don't understand what these guys are doing. It was a lot of things. They're here, they're over there, they have like multiple screens. So I said, okay, no problem. What next? How can I start? What are the basics I need to know? And he said, first, I need to go write NIIT exam. NIIT exam. I googled it, I checked it out. First of all, it was expensive at that time for me, right? And then it took a lot of time, like months to practice. It gave me like a very huge book I need to go read. I was like, no, Mr. Felix, I can't do this one. It's too difficult. So I just killed the idea. All up in my head, I'm done with this idea. Let me stick to the HR part where I don't. But then I came to Lagos. So in Lagos, of course, I started off at, I think there was an HR firm I practiced with in Lekki, forgotten the name, just very small firm. And then I moved to Summit Tech. So it was in Summit Tech when I started working with the IT guys. I noticed that, hey, so we could have a different angle to this thing. And I met Mr. Toby Fagongbe, which was, he was our QA lead at that time. And I was like, oh, Jane, you can try with QA. I was like, are you sure QA is easy? He said, yes, I could try with QA and QA is easy. So I know I tried job shadowing the guys. I'll sit with the back-end team, watching what they do every day. Sometimes I started up with design, I did the back-end and then front-end. And of course, I keyed into the QA part. I have to stick to QA part. I said, no, I'm going to do QA, but QA feels like it's easier. You're understanding the product, you're loving the product, just as every other person will use it from an end user point of view. So yeah, that is exactly how I started my QA career.
I remember the first day you reached out saying you want to try QA. In my mind, she's one of those people that will just let me try, but once they get in, after like 1 month, they run back. So fast forward to like, I think maybe after like 2 months or 3 months thereabout, then you sent the message again that, guy, I'm serious about this QA thing. I said, okay, yeah, come now, come and learn. Then you showed up. So my question is, can you share with us some of your early days challenge you faced and probably how you overcame them?
Okay.
For someone transitioning from HR, not really use like a tech tool or maybe something around QA development or UI UX. You just wake up one day, I want to do QA.
Some of my, I had a lot of challenges early at the time. So I want to say, let me just pick one particular one. I think first thing first was the tool that I had. So I didn't have like a very good work tool. I could remember that it was even Toby's office that gave me like a laptop where I had to get like an external keypad, I had to get like a mouse. And then I started up with, reading up on some things and they were like alien to me. I kept complaining to myself that I'm tired, the laptop wasn't even working properly. I had to plug into electricity at all times or else it would die. So I know there was sometimes I came back to Toby, I'm like, Toby, I'm not sure I can do this. I just want to stick to my HR part where I know. But I woke up one morning and then I asked myself that, okay, so what are you going to do with your life, right? You're already tired of the HR part. You have to start QA and you're feeling like it's too difficult. Learning doesn't end. I think you only stop learning when you die. You can always learn. Just open your heart to it, open your brain to it. And then I said, all right, fine, let me go. Even through the hospital, I'm going to do it, right? So I think I had I had to find like an alternative device that I used first. And then I reached out to say, oh, how can I learn even test case creation? And with that, I started understanding, okay, what is it about an application? Just go through an application, work through an application like a user that's just trying to use it for the first time. When you see it, what do you feel? How do you express yourself? So I started off with that. I would say other challenges I experienced, some of them are kind of personal, but not really like professional thing. I think it was all up in my head. Yeah, it was all up in my head. But
I remember then you do come to the office in Ebeda, maybe like twice or 3 times a week. Where were you staying?
I was staying in Ikorodu.
So imagine coming all the way from Ikorodu down to Ebeda.
Oh, and I remember I always wake you guys up by 6 a.m. 6:30.
And why am I bringing this up? Because again, when you know what you truly want, the passion is there, you definitely want to go all out for it. And I think this is one thing that is missing in some aspiring tech professionals. They think tech or QA is easy, and there's always a price to pay for greatness for everything you want. Thank God today, remote days, but with the whole remote, there are people you still have to drag, try to motivate, and stuff like that. But you coming all the way from Ikorodu down to Ebeda just because you want to get something, that's really. I
remember I was always up by 4 a.m. so I can get to BRT bus stop by 4:30, and then I'm off, I'm out. Yeah, I even had like accidents along the way. Remember when I had like double accidents on my legs? I was so terrible. Yeah. Oh my God, my sister was always telling me, are you sure you will continue? You can just stop. You can do something else. I said, nah, don't worry. I'm going to get, I feel, there's a saying that says your morning comes after your darkest night, right? Or something like that, right? Your darkest night comes before your morning. So I felt like those were my darkest days. Where I was almost depressed at the time, like I couldn't do it because I remember one day coming back from the office, there was this riot around that my 12 axis. People were running out of the bus. I was so scared. I had to lie inside the bus on the floor because it like flying bullets were going up and down. I was like, God, if I don't die today, nothing will kill me. But I'm so glad that we can sit and talk about these things. Yeah, past
Then
days.
another question I have is, so how long did it take you to land your first QA job?
Okay, so that took me like 5 months.
5 months.
Yes.
Wow,
5
interesting.
months. I know what kept me up at them was coming to the office and seeing other guys that were still learning. So it was easy for me to, okay, what are we learning today? I had like peers that we could brainstorm everything with. So it was easy for me to just adjust. And I know you were even the one that helped with my CV at that time. My first CV and then interview. We were doing pre-interviews in the
Your first
office.
pro was INIT.
Yes, INIT, yes. So they're we do like pre-interviews in the office, so also prep everybody on what you've learned, how far you've gone. And then I landed my first QA role. I think I started up as an intern
But
then.
maybe you had one added advantage.
What was that?
Being an HR that has interviewed people.
Yes!
You know, so I could see that confidence already in you.
Yeah.
When you go for interview, you just speak, rap, flow. I like this girl. I like the way she's confident.
Yeah, confident even in things I didn't know. But at that time I was just so low on automation. I know a bit of APIs. So it was really nice when I started with INITS and when I got to the office. I was so proud that when I ran my first Cypress kit, I joined all these other like tech institutes, how would I call them, where online. We did like tiny bit of conferences. We talked about test projects at that time, like trainings on this, on that. It was fun, and I was really proud the first time I ran my first automation script. When I ran to my PM, I was like, oh, look at this, I can do this. And he was laughing, Jane, you can do automation. I said, yes, I run automation too. Oh man,
and I think we also need to know like how many years of experience so far now.
Oh, right now 6 years.
6 years. Wow.
Yes, down the line.
For 6 years now, you've been raking in millions.
Yes.
She has never been paying titles. 10%.
10% are for God, because more release, no way.
Well, I'll do 9.9.
No way. Oh my God.
I'm just
Yeah.
grateful to God that, when I look around, I look at the alumni group, I see you, the rest of the guys, everybody doing fine, changing jobs, those that have jackpot relocated.
Yes, the jackpot, yeah.
I also plan this very soon.
Jackpot. No,
I don't want to disclose it yet.
No, I don't have any plans
Well,
yet.
it's normal.
Yeah.
All of them, the day they landed, 2 days later, boss, I don't relocate. Any final word advice, especially for the young guys out there, the upcoming guys,
Okay, so one final word for me will be, sometimes when it comes to this final word thing, I don't have a lot to say, but I always say keep pushing. I will not tell you it's going to be easy. It will not be easy, because another thing is the environment you're coming into. I know one key thing that some of us usually face at that time at the beginning was, it's an environment that is dominated by men. So you have to adjust to how they work, how they think, how they act, and imagine you're just the only woman in like in a team of 10 men, and you're trying to think that, oh, somebody's gonna make me feel less than myself, somebody's gonna talk down on me now. So for the gender part, that's also an aspect where you have to like develop, you have to improve, you have to learn, you have to know these people so you can work with them. Then I would just say keep pushing. Just keep going. This will not be easy, but you definitely get there. So your first intern, when you last your first intern jobs, when you do your first test case, when you write your entire first test case and then your test cases is reviewed and is approved, and now that's a win. You do your first test summary result, that is a win. You're running your first automation line, your script is running, that is a win. Keep counting your wins, right? And just keep pushing yourself and you'll definitely get there.
So if Jane can do it, you also can do it. And remember, no limits, no excuse, just growth.
Yeah.